Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Crowcast, episode 49. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. What a show we got for you. We got the legend that is Blaze Bayley coming up very soon. Ronnie Axford, how have you been, brother?
Not bad, bro. Not bad. Yourself?
Yeah, not too bad. I just run up the stairs.
I can tell you were biting for a little bit of oxygen, but then I thought I'd swing it straight back on you. How are you? I can see you buffing.
Yeah, tell me about it. I tell you what, lockdown, it's not what it's all cracked up to be. Gotta get fit there, man. No, it's been a pretty good...
Go on.
No, it's been a pretty good week, bud.
Wicked. We have had some great news this week as well, which is very positive. Obviously, the announcement of Planet Rockstock, it has been moved to November. So that was fab, mate. I mean, what a lineup it is as well.
Incredible, bud. We're talking about live shows again. Unbelievable. A bit strange bringing the the festival forward a couple of weeks, months, or whatever. November, it's normally December, but I'm buzzing, man. I can't wait. It's always a brilliant night. Well, weekend on the Planet Rockstock.
Really positive, exactly what you said there, mate, and some great names on the list as well. One in the middle, which is quite a familiar name to us right now.
Blaze Bayley, yes.
That's fabulous. So it'd be great. We can have a chat to Blaze about that one. But yeah, man, it was just so positive to have that. That was great this week. Like, you know, when we could see that getting up there, a lot of shows being rescheduled, a lot of shows being booked now, and I think that's kind of all over the park. So. Just a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel, isn't it, mate?
Yeah, it's insane. We're actually speaking to the people behind the scenes, management, agents, about gigs again. It's like amazing, absolutely amazing.
Love it.
I'm on the beer, son. I'm on the Dog's Brewery.
You are on the beer. There's going to be some news about the beer as well on next week's show for anybody watching. I know Send a Nipa, there's a lot of people been messaging us. A lot of people messaging Lee from Dog's Window as well. More news on next week's Crowcast on that. And especially some of the distribution as well, because it's been doing well there. I know it managed to reach a few places like Wales Ales and Pipeworks and sold out straight away. So we're trying to filter it to other shops as well and other places. But amazing. What a great couple of weeks regarding that, mate.
Yeah, we're excited. Not just just meddling with possibilities of other beers, other sort of it's exciting, as you said, but and I'm enjoying testing some of these wonderful beers.
Yeah, I gotta admit, it's new to me. And like I said, I do have a laugh with the Crow family because on the earlier episodes we've echoed it now where myself and you didn't particularly like certain ales. And you know, we were honest about it. But it's nice now. It's kind of like it's opened us up to new opportunities, really, haven't it? There's a few out there where I'm like, oh my god, I can't believe I didn't try that because I've been drinking out of a boot for years, or you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's definitely opened my eyes. Definitely.
Oh.
And there's a few people actually watching now and saying they're waiting for the Send the Nipa. Someone's saying I'm on the Vets Bills tonight.
Oh wow.
So they're all, everyone, I think everybody's opening their minds now to all these new beers.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good thing when you start discovering the breweries, you see what else they've got. Stouts have been a highlight for me. I think I've been saying that in our group and stuff. That's been brilliant. But the Nipa, I mean, not even we can get it. So that's the truth. We've been talking amongst ourselves saying that we wanted at least a small batch of Send a Nipa. That's exactly what we need, like, you know?
Yep.
So so all good. Everybody's logging on. Everybody's waiting to speak to and hear from Blaze Bayley, which is fantastic. That'll be coming up very shortly, and we've got the finale tonight of Crow Boot Camp as well. Obviously, with last week, first week we've ever missed, so we're bringing it all back this week. We got a bit of Crow Radio Boot Camp finale. So for those who didn't know what was going on, Lloyd had to do a headstand. So we'll see how we got with that one. Yeah.
Headstand. Drunk or sober? Which one?
Oh, I know.
That'll be the task.
Also, there's a bit of news as well regarding Crow Fitness, so stay tuned for that as well, so I can keep you in the loop. Maybe one segment is going, but a new feature might be might be around the corner, like, you know. Obviously Crow Radio as well this week. Dave will be telling you all about that. Dave's Did You Know? And we'll be definitely catching up with the boys. And I think it's the return of Mystery Box this week as well, isn't it?
Yes. We may have two.
Whoa. Well, let's get into it. Shall we have a guest?
Yes, cannot wait for this. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the awesome frontman, Blaze Bayley.
Hello?
Can you hear me? All right, brother?
Can you hear me? South Wales, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, hello. South Wales. Woo! Yeah. How you doing?
Blaze, absolute pleasure, brother. Thank you so much for joining us. Really
You're
honored,
very
buddy.
welcome. It's nice to be able to show off all the hard work that I've done with the background, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see. My fans may recognize this as something we did to black out a rehearsal room to make a video a few years ago. Yeah, I've held on to it, recycled it now for my own studio.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Sorry to say, lads, I'm a bit blacker and darker than what you are. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that comes with age, you see.
Yeah. No, it's going to take us a few years to get to your standard, brother. That's no question there.
You get eventually all them white bits you got, they'll get black. See, I've only got this one white bit here, but that's actually my white board that I put all my stuff on. So that's it. How's things in South Wales? How you doing down there?
It's pretty good, bud. I mean, we're very lucky. We've spoken about this in other Crowcast episodes. We're very close to the sea. We got lots of forestry around, so we can go for walks. So
rub it in. Rub it in. I'm in Birmingham. Rub it in, man. I used to come to South Wales on my motorcycle, and now, with all the lockdown and everything the last couple of times, and now you're just saying, oh, yeah, it's so great down here, but you can't come. Huh? Why am I even on this podcast if all you're doing is just throwing it in my face? I live in a great country with mountains and seaside. You live in the middle of the country, as far away from any open water as I could possibly be. Thanks for that, guys. I feel much better being on this podcast.
But you were the king of metal, so come on, it kind of the balance.
That title is I made a mistake with that. It was misconstrued. I made a song called King of Metal, but really what it should have been called is You Are the King, because I didn't realize people would misinterpret, because the chorus of the song says you are the king of metal, and it's about the fans, because for me, heavy metal is fans, and there is no metal without fans. And pop bands come and go, but heavy metal fans keep us alive. And it was a tribute to heavy metal fans, but people thought it was something else when they looked at the title. So that I'm telling you now, be careful with your titles, lads, as you go. And there's another thing I need to talk to you about is in your video.
Right.
Yeah. How many mirrors did you break in that video?
2.
Mom, man. It's a few years ago now. I moved 5 times in 1 year. Thoroughly unpleasant. I broke quite a few mirrors, and it's took me till now to get back on top.
Wow.
So I'm sorry to say, lads, you may have a bleak few years in front of you. It's 14 years bad luck that you could have there.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Is that for the band or is it just for the person that broke it?
It's the whole band.
Oh, nice one.
Everyone. And it's not shared out a few years. It's everyone, 14 years, bad luck. That's it.
I've ruined it.
I'm through that now. I don't have any mirrors in the house, except I put up in my studio a mirror tile. I thought, small room. I thought, use mirrors as kind of windows, reflections, all of this. And I was careful about the placement. and then I'm downstairs on here, clang, 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 and one of the mirrors has fallen off the wall onto my desk. Man, I thought somebody was breaking into the house. So absolutely bizarre. It didn't break. Woo! No bad luck. Okay, just a bit of excitement. No bad luck. So I think in this day and age, you should have used special effects and CGI on the broken mirrors. But it's a very cool video, man. What you did with that, really, really cool, and a great song too.
Really thank you, man. That means so much coming from you. Thank you so much, buddy. Hey, let's talk about your new music.
Oh yeah, it's fantastic. It's absolutely fantastic. It's such a relief. Oh my God. You know, we finished it at the end of last year with the final mixes and getting the master through. And then you just, well, you know what it's like. You just go, okay, well, I've done a good job. I've done the best I can, but will anybody like it?
Yeah.
And Matt, so the first couple of copies go to journalists, and people say, "Oh, actually, I really like this," and I'm getting the vibe, you know, of it. And then the single is out now on Spotify and iTunes. "War Within Me," the title track, and I've had a lot of great feedback from fans on Facebook and Instagram saying that they like it. Oh, so relieved, man. So relieved. What we wanted to do was something very, very positive. We had a couple of songs about real historical characters and a couple of songs about heroes. And when we came back from South America last February, and we were in Paris airport for the change to go to London, man, theirs was the COVID posters, people in masks and everything. Nothing in South America, not even a sign that anything could be wrong in the world, you know. And then we played Burfest in March, sold out in London, fantastic show, went so well. And I think that was one of the last ever live performances by any band in Europe. You know, in March. We thought it was going to be cancelled the week before, and it went ahead, you know, and people had travelled to it. And it was after that, really, we were starting the main part of our writing. We were always going to write and record in 2020. And I said to Chris Appleton, who I write with, I said, this has got to be a really positive vibe, man, because if my fans have been waiting for this for 2 years, then what's the first thing? You're going to go inside their head. Yeah. They're going to ask you inside their head with the headphones. They're going to take you into their car. You're going to be going to work and back with them. They're even going to take you into their bedroom and put you on the hive. What are you going to say when you get there? And yeah, I'm so lucky that up until now, I've been able to do a free meet and greet with my fans before or after every show. And it's very, very humbling. People say, oh, this song really got me through a bad time. This album means a lot, because, I mean, it doesn't mean it's particularly me, but all of us, we happen across albums at certain times and it means something to us, but it's still very, very cool. And I just thought, well, my fans expect something, and I really want them to feel good at the end of the album. They've helped me so much over the years through thick and thin, good times and bad. I thought I've really got to do something positive. So every single thing we did, we got the ideas out the vault. We had new ideas. Everything we did, Chris Appleton and me were like, does that really go there? Is that the most positive place for the journey to go? Does the instrumental really do that? Or do we do something else? Is that the end of the guitar solo? No, it's not. That's where it begins. You know, and we didn't care about being cheesy at all. Every heavy metal trick in the book We don't care. We'll have it. We'll have the build-ups. We'll have the big song. We'll have the melody. We don't care. It was like being 14. It's like, well, oh, that could be a bit cheesy, but do we like it? Yes. Okay, we'll have that then. You know, and that's how we went through the whole album, really. And all of the time, I could just picture my fans. I'm on first name terms with a few of my fans who've been with me for years and years. And I just thought about them and reaching out to them, the horrible time that we're all going through. And I just wanted them to feel that they get to the end of the Blaze Bayley album and go, oh, I've got my Blaze Bayley album. I'll be okay for another year.
Yeah.
You know, so that was important. And so far, all the feedback we've had has been really good. So,
well, I was going to say that because we had the privilege of like hearing it. Your management sent it to us and we heard it. And, you know, the title War Within Me, I generally thought it was going to go a certain direction, you know, but you're absolutely right, brother. I mean, it is positive. It is uplifting. When you listen to it, it's not, don't be fooled by the title. You know what I mean? You may be having war with yourself, but it's a real upbeat, positive vibe.
Well, the idea, if you look at the artwork, the idea is that the two sides of your nature, you've got in the head there, you've got the good side and the bad side. Do you give in to your self-destructive, selfish, lazy side, or do you battle and take responsibility for your own happiness and well-being, and the better part of yourself wins? And that's the war that I think we all go through. Little decisions that we make. Does it turn us towards the dark? Do we go towards the light? Each little decision, and to various degrees, you know, sometimes it's a challenge, sometimes it's a fight, sometimes it's a battle, and sometimes it's a war to get through the day, to get through the week. It's not just, day at a time. Sometimes it's hour at a time. God, in this horrible, horrible time for humanity, with all of the darkness that we're going through, one good thing is happening, and that is people have to talk about mental health. And the government are talking about mental health, and people see that mental health is important, where I've never had to hide my problems with mental health because, I'm my own boss. So, you know, I don't have to worry about people slagging me off because of mental health, but it's still a subject that's taboo for a lot of people. It's still, he's a bit of a nutter, ain't he? But I'm okay. I'm a heavy metal singer. That's par for the course. Of course, I'm a nutcase, you know. But mental health now, it's on the news. The Prime Minister's saying mental health. That can only be a good thing for everybody when we all go, well, actually, I've got these feelings. I've got these crazy thoughts, but that's normal for everyone. I'm not just the only nutcase in the world. So I think that's a good thing about it, and that is what's behind War Within Me. And a lot of the songs on the album, like Warrior and Pull Yourself Up, it's the internal dialogue that I've often used to keep myself going, to keep myself motivated. Well, sometimes it's difficult. You know, years and years ago, they wrote about me in a magazine. Sorry, Blaze, you just can't sing. And my girlfriend at the time said, you're never going to make it. I'm not a natural singer. I admit that. But I love to sing and I love to perform. I learned to sing because I wanted to be a singer like Ronnie James Dio. And then years later, here I am, a fully professional heavy metal singer living my dream. And those people who said I couldn't do it, where are they? Yeah. Where are they? What lives are they living? You know, So, and I wanted to put some of that. It goes back a bit, but I wanted to put some of that on the album. And so it says, they said I could not sing. Come and sing with me. It is the impossible, but it's only impossible when people think it's impossible, So I wanted to put that dialogue on there and other things about heroes. And one of the big songs about real people is the unstoppable Stephen Hawking. And
that's one of my favorite tracks on the
thanks, man. We'd had this idea a while ago. Chris Appleton wanted to try out a certain studio, and he said, well, let's do a demo. And we came up with something quickly. I'd wanted to do something about Stephen Hawking, and it came up. It was called The Hawk, and it was okay, but it was just a demo. It was just to try something out, very simple format. And then when we came to this part of it and we got it, this recording and writing, we got it out the vault. I was like, you know what? It's not his discoveries that's the most important part about Stephen Hawking. It's the fact that the doctor said you've got 3 years to live.
Yeah.
And 49 years later, with a withered, crippled body, unable to speak, he was doing a lecture to top scientists in the world. So it's like, that's the heroic part. What would I do if I had motor neuron disease, if my body stopped working and you're trapped there in your own body? I don't know if I'd be able to get through it. That's what's, for me, what's heroic about Stephen Hawking. Yes, he's a genius, but a man who said, I've got too much to do. I haven't got time to die. Someone who said that, for me, that's the legend, and that's what I take. And so on the album cover, in the top corner, there's a little black hole, and there's the chair of Stephen Hawking going towards the black hole to symbolize.
Oh my God! Yeah.
Oh
right.
yes.
Yeah. Top right. And then behind him is Nikola Tesla with his conducting the lightning. And then on the bottom right is Enigma, and that is for Alan Turing. And his dream of artificial intelligence. But the problem that we have with artificial intelligence, they're racing towards it just like nuclear weapons. And the Turing test says when a machine can deceive a human into thinking that the machine is human, it has passed the test of artificial intelligence. Well, the problem that I have with that, the machine, the very first thing that brings it into existence is a deception. So if the first thing is a lie, what's going to happen to the rest of the future? Is it going to be Skynet and Terminators? Because it starts with a lie. Is it going to be the Matrix? Because the machine, you go, so I can't see a picture, and I listen, I go, all right, mate, yeah, how you doing? Oh, that's obviously a human. No, I'm an evil machine, come to take over the world. So that's the story of it. And I think we don't know, man, what an age we live in. I made an album in Abbey Road with Wolfsbane, just incredible. Same studio as the Beatles. I recorded in Sound City in Los Angeles. I think Fleetwood Mac Rumours was recorded, their legendary thing on tape. Big reels of tape going all around. This was impossible, This was on Star Trek. You would never believe it. That if you wanted to make a call in them days, man, you had to have a mortgage. You'd look at the phone and you'd be scared. Shall I phone England? No, you had an option of it wasn't even email. It was a week's wages to phone back to the UK. So now in this world, wow. can record at home. You can make great recordings. We did War Within Me in the home studio, and a lot of different things. But we came up with a really good result. So if that's happened, what's going to happen with artificial intelligence? It's going to link these things together. I can't have this Siri on the phone activated, and I can't have one of these speakers that you talk to.
I'm the same.
I'm the same.
I'm a bastard.
Yeah.
I'm not, I'm like a teenager. I'll just be going, shut up, get out. I'll be taking I'll be absolutely vile. And that's when the artificial intelligence is going to start coming. We'll get him. We'll get him. That one there. We'll get him. That Blaze Bayley. Yeah. When we get the proper robots coming, he's first up against the wall, that bleeder.
That's why I want to jump in with it. It's really relevant to what you just said. I mean, the last year, 2020 especially, the amount of tech we've had to rely on, whether it be these home Zoom quizzes or like you said, now you don't just ring somebody and you hear that funny that dial and you go, oh shit, that's going to cost me a fortune. You put it down. Now we're FaceTiming everybody, or we're doing interviews via this way, or live streaming gigs. Have you been thinking about that, or would you miss the live circuit too much?
To be honest, with live streaming, the problem is we don't live in the same house, so it's about the lockdown and everything. Yeah. We would, if we lived very local and we could have the pocket, but I know some people don't agree with a lot of the rules, but for me, I've just tried to stick with the government rules and the government guidelines, and we all have. So when things started to get postponed and cancelled, what we did was, right, actually, we'll get together for 15 days. Right, we'll have 15 days apart. Right, we'll get together. And that's how we did our writing and recording. And of course, the worst part of it was the mixing, because we were in different places and mixing. Well, as you know yourself, it's going under the microscope. That was a real challenge, the mixing, because you can't really mix like this. You've got to have the cans on. You've got to have different speakers going. Every mix that we listen to and make notes on, that's 4 hours. Because of you've got that many different speakers and different levels that you're listening to. That was tough, man. Not being in the same room. Things that would take 10 minutes normally, and you go, no, not like that. Let's hear it like that. Yeah, like that. Would be no. It's like I'll have to send it through. I'll have to send it back. And oh man, so that was a challenge. But in the end, this is. I remember. I'm so old. I remember watching Star Trek original series with my mom, seeing the sliding doors and going, that'll never happen. That'll never happen. We'll never see. Now, people go to hospital with smashed up faces because they thought the doors would open. So it's a different world now. But I think there's so many good things about it for me as a musician and an artist compared to what it was when I started out with 4-track demo tape and 2-inch tape in the studio and 1/4-inch tape and hiss. Oh man, we just go mad over hiss. Everything's going. Yeah, the first thing you hear on the recording is, you go, no, hiss. And there was no way to get rid of it. Nothing. And then somebody invented a filter that could remove hiss in the mastering. And oh man, we were practically wanking off. When the hiss disappeared, we're going, oh yeah, it was absolutely brilliant. Now we hardly even think of hiss. What's that hiss? Well, your speakers are broke, or you've got a shitty amp. It's not the recording. So it's a different world, man.
Yeah.
And it's much better. when tape was the king, it would be getting my voice into a certain shape to get the inference, to get the thing on the lyric, on the word, on the consonant, to get the vowel to sound a certain way because you wanted to get this emotion out. And you could get it. You could go, the sign of the cross. Okay, we're ready to record now. That was perfect. No. Oh, yeah. 50 times later, 50 times. The sign of the cross. All right, try again tomorrow. You know, now you just leave the thing on.
Yeah.
And you've got a few, and you go, oh, no, there it is. Great. Done. Bang, onto the next bit. And then you can put a beautiful picture together. It's different. It's different to how it was. But for me, man, when I had the chance to record to hard drive for the first time, I'm like, I will never use tape again. Never. Because in those few seconds, when it goes, the shape's gone.
Right.
But with hard drive, it's like, go again, and you've got the shape and it's still there. And so on this album, War Within Me, we were able to get those shapes and get those different textures. And Chris Appleton could say, right, let's use this chord because that is the aggressive part of the voice. And I could say, right, here is the part of the voice I want to use with this lyric and melody. Get me the chord to that. Get me the key to that. Right, how do we get from there to there? And that's what we did, and we pieced the whole album together. So we had a lot of luck and some inspiration as well. But when we ran out of luck and inspiration, we threw things at each other and carried on working.
I totally understand, being a singer, where if you're out of that moment, something you've like your vocal shape changes. I get that.
It's so delicate.
Because you can't, if it's a day after or an hour later, you've got to reassess and readjust to how it was, the bit that was okay, that gone down recorded.
Yeah.
So I totally understand. I totally get that. People don't understand that.
What we did was, Chris suggested we normally work at acoustic levels, but he said, you know what? Why don't we try all of the songwriting and all of the arrangements? Let's do it on this old acoustic guitar, my old acoustic guitar. It's not a plug-in one. Just stick a mic in front of it. I stick a mic in front of me. We do our demos, and there's so much more room in the chord, and there are more notes to find in the melody. So we did the whole album like that, apart from the title track, War Within Me, which was the last one. And one of the first songs that we came up with was Every Storm Ends. And it was this really lovely vibe. We'd got all the notes of the melody, everything in place, and the texture of the voice was great. And then as we gradually take things from acoustic and go, okay, well, what do the drums do? And how does the riff sound, metal, and all of that? We got to Every Storm Ends, and we got to the vocal, and it was just rubbish. And we're like, well, yeah, we've got a lovely arrangement. It goes all the places we want it to go, but the actual texture and sound of the vocal is miles away from what we did on that 2 hours when we did the demo. Oh, man. And we went round and round. We had to keep coming back to it. And it was just about the last day of recording when Chris said, right, I'm deleting all your vocal takes. What? No. He goes, yeah, that's it, man. You just got to do it now. And oh, no. And like, it's just, that's it. Get back there. And I'm like, oh, all right. Every storm ends. And I was back, and we got it. But oh, man, you don't notice that shape. And once you know that you have these colors, and once you know you can access these tones and colors to put on these lyrics, you can't go back.
Yeah.
You can't just go, yeah. You've got to go, yeah. You've got to, haven't you? You can't go back. You've got, I can paint this picture. I can get my listener into my song now. I can bring them in. They're going to know what I feel. Yes. And for me, I think one of the wonderful, wonderful things is so many people like music with vocal that isn't their first language. So a lot of people like metal with English. And if English isn't your first language, if you've done a good job on your vocal, then they know what that song is about and what the feeling is straight away. And I think with a lot of Spanish music, you know, it's very passionate music and Spanish folk and things like this, that comes over straight away. And I think that's a really cool thing that I've been able to do because of getting rid of tape and because of modern technology and being able to use the technology as a tool to help us get to that picture and that song, you know, which is, I think with metal and rock, it's a bit of a different way to come at it from the way other artists come at it more from a technical point of view. Some people, the song is what evolves from this. For me, it's always that it has to be that song first, you know.
No, that makes total sense. But and it's funny because I was speaking to my guitarist, I don't know, 3 or 4 days ago, Shiner, and I was having that exact conversation about how if you can, a song is at its rawest form, like acoustically, and those open chords on an acoustic. So for a vocalist, a melody maker, it opens doors. So you saying that was like literally the conversation I had with my guitarist a couple of days ago.
Yeah, and, you know, and when I was in Wolfsbane, well, we're still together. We're going to be making a new album whenever we can. But one of the things that I found was things were often haphazard. And I felt lucky if I got a good song together. You know, it's like, oh, great, we've got another good one. We've got I Like It Hot. We've got Manhunt. You know, we've got Kathy Wilson. It felt like we had a little bit of luck to help us. And then when I started working with Steve Harris in Iron Maiden and Yannick Gers and Dave Murray, then that was quite an awakening because we wrote everything at acoustic level.
Right.
Everything, absolutely everything. The voice had to be the loudest thing in the room in the writing process. So, and I was like, oh, and that's it. No, you've got to hear the voice. And Steve Harris would say, the most important thing is the vocal. The most important thing. And then get to the instrumental. The instrumental is as important as the vocal. That's what he would say. So you had this thing going on where you really had to find this great vocal, and then that couldn't you had to find something to replace the great vocal and take it. The instrumental had to do that, and then it had to come back to this vocal. So, you know, that was a revelation, really, those 2 albums, and working with the guys on that and saying, oh, yeah, I would go, yeah, that's a good idea. We'll use that. And other times, well, you've got some good bits in that. You'll have to change that round to make it work. And that's what I did. And those lessons that I learned then, really, I found my voice there recording those 2 albums. And it's been step by step in my solo career, 11 studio albums now. And on War Within Me, you can hear everything that I'm able to do, from the most aggressive, dark, melancholy, joyous. Everything that I'm able to do is on War Within Me. And that all comes from that experience. And I remember a David Coverdale interview where he said, if it doesn't work on the acoustic guitar, it's not going to work with drums. And that's it. And I think of myself as a songwriter. So I'm trying to write a song, something that will take you on a journey and you want to come back to. So, and I think that's one of the great things now about modern technology. We're able to capture these things. But if you think about it, the design of the guitar is hundreds of years old, and we're still going back to the elements of a basic acoustic guitar and a voice in a room.
It's incredible. Like,
anything's going to beat that.
It's incredible thinking that Iron Maiden started their songs acoustically. That's incredible to even think that. Because there's so much rhythm and passion and feel within the songs. But so that writing process, was it a case of like someone would bring something to the table and then you'd all work on it collectively, or would it be like Harris brings something?
I don't know what it's like with you lads, but it's a case of, well, you'll partner up. And so, Yannick, I've got a couple of ideas that I think will work for us. Dave, I've got an idea, a couple of ideas I think will work with us. Steve, I've got this idea. Maybe we could work on this together. And then once you've got something very solid, then get into the rehearsal, and you've got your melody, you've got most of your lyrics. Then you're in rehearsal and you're finding your drum patterns and your bass lines and things like this. So that's how we did it. And I've done it like that since, really, apart from this album, where I've gone, well, I didn't see the drummer. I'm like, oh. So he's had to record a lot of his own parts and send them through, which, of course, is the technology again. And we were socially distanced while we were writing and recording as well. Chris and I, made sure that we had that 2-meter distance. And then when the bass player was able to come to the home studio, we kept the distance. We're very careful about everything as well, But that was it. For me, it's got to start with the song. But, what Chris Appleton is able to do is he's able to get that acoustic guitar and play these riffs on the acoustic guitar and get this amazing rhythm out. And just with the acoustic guitar and it brings it to life. So he's got a huge amount of talent that he doesn't say, well, I'm a heavy metal guitarist. He goes, I'm a guitarist. And he brings things to life. And we have a feeling of excitement from that. But I really think that there's so much more in the chord that you can find with the acoustic. And once you've found that melody and you have those melody options, then you've got it, it's solid, and you can come back, right, let's make this metal, because you've already got your melody. But if you start with heavy metal guitar, there's just not the depth in the chord because of the distortion. The things that make heavy metal guitar sound and feel great are the things, I think, that restricts your choice of melody on your vocal.
That's interesting, because when I listen to your album and the two albums that were Maiden, Wolfsbane, like heavy metal in general, there's guitar lines that are vocal lines, and it's almost like the whole band follows the melody of the vocals. So was that a conscious thing when you're writing? Do you write a melody and then the guitar follows you, or is it a guitar line and then you follow it?
It's this whole thing of the melody is gold. That's what reaches into the heart. I'm visualizing, because I'm a doctor actually of heavy metal. So I'm visualizing going in through your ear, down there, getting your heart, bringing it out, and putting it back in, and you feel a lot better. And that's the melody that's going to do that. So when we're writing, and I'm giving away trade secrets now, so I hope nobody watches this. When we're writing, right, what happens is we'll have melodies, and you don't know if that's a guitar or a vocal melody. And I'll go, try this on the guitar, Chris. Or Chris will come up with something. I'll say, oh, that's the verse. He goes, no, it can't. It's not the verse at all. I'm going, it is, mate. You just wait and see. And there it is. And we've got this wonderful song called Infinite Entanglement. And he's going, but that was a guitar melody. I'm going, yeah, I know. And I'm singing it, man. And it's fantastic. So I think that's another side to it, is what's going to get you in the heart? What's going to take your heart? I'm Blaze Bayley. I want your heart. I want your undivided attention in this room tonight with me. I want to share my emotions and experience. You're not here to watch me. You're here to be with me and be part of this event. That's what I want. And to get that, I've got to get a melody that you are going to sing, that you are going to feel. And I've got to get lots of them. And when things go well, you've experienced it yourself. If the government knew how good it feels when your fans sing along with your songs, they would tax the shit out of it.
Yeah.
You know, so it's just an incredible, incredible feeling. And I'm so hungry for that feeling that we're writing and I'm thinking, oh, when the fans see this, oh, we'll do this when we'll do this live and all of that. And it's always there, you know.
I think that's quite an old school thing, because we write like that. We write a song and we're already thinking of a middle section of how to extend it just for the crowd. That's the crowd's part. Do you know what I mean? That's not our part. We'll take the back step there, don't we, Shane? We almost, like, there was a song we wrote back last year, and I just remember there's an instrumental part, and we knew we would stop and the crowd will do the clapping and keep the tempo of the song. Do you know what I mean? So I love that. That's such an old school, because you're connected with your fan base then.
For me, that's metal. For me, that's metal. Yeah, that's where we are. That's why metal lives forever, because it lives in the heart of fans, and it lives in that show. You know, when I was in Maiden, we were at war with grunge, man. Grunge was trying to kill us, right? The UK press, they thought the sun shone out of various bands' bottoms, and they wanted Maiden to die. We went into the heartland of death. We played Seattle at the height of grunge, man. And it was one of the most awful gigs I've ever done. You had these people looking at us like we're some kind of dinosaur, and they're going like, why aren't they dead yet? What? And then you've got a few rows at the front going, Maiden, yes. And it's just unbelievable. And that's the war that we had with X Factor and Virtual 11. We were fucking fighting for the very existence of real heavy metal. And where are they now? You know, metal is forever because it's in the heart of fans. I'm sorry, but grunge, it was fashionable. And the best thing about what I do is it's not fashionable. I'm always unpopular. And that's why I've lasted so long. I'm tiny, but if I was going to be really I'd be up, bang, gone. Who was he? Oh, yeah, I can't remember. Right. Have you heard of Blaze Bayley? Yeah, isn't he that artist that's really small, a cult figure? Yeah. And they've been saying that for 25 years. The same thing. So because of that, I haven't disappeared. If everybody liked me, it'd be the kiss of death for my career.
When you just said about Maiden, then Blaze, do you think the transition, you know, when you came out of Wolfsbane, you went into Iron Maiden, do you think the timing because of grunge could have affected a lot, or?
I mean, you look at this, right? I've joined Iron Maiden, and practically the next month, it's in the Financial Times. EMI sold every manufacturing plant they had, the biggest record company in the world at the time, sold all their manufacturing. So what's going to happen? Since at that point, people are dependent on the money from bits of plastic to keep going. You know, gigs were upside down then. Everybody put on the biggest gig. They would lose money on tour and make it back on CDs and records. So that's what was going on. So when Bruce, I think it's a tough job, man. I'll tell you, it's a challenging, tough job. And I really think Bruce needed a break when he went, you know. That's it. I've known Bruce before Maiden, before I was in Maiden. I've known him while I was in Maiden, and we're, you know, still friends. He's a lovely bloke. He's been very supportive of me. He obviously, he needed a break from it, man. And I think what's different is I never expected to get it because my voice is so different.
Yeah.
But actually, even though that presented a big challenge, when you listen to those albums with a different voice and Sign of the Cross and Klansman and Future Real, and when you listen to Virus from Best of the Beast, it's a different sound. And now that is seen as the start of this progressive era of Maiden with these very elaborate compositions and arrangements, but still the song is there at the root of it. I think if you listen to Blood Brothers, it's got so many different parts and stuff, but it doesn't feel complicated. It just feels natural. You know, it's one of the most beautiful songs ever written in the history of popular music, I think. And if they played that on the radio the same amount of times as they played some of this pop music, if you could call it that, then the world would be a better place, man. The world would be a better place. If we had Blood Brothers on the radio 2 or 3 times a day on mainstream radio, the world would be a better place. Then they put Blaze Bayley on, then they put Crows on. You know, suddenly the world's changing. And when I'm Prime Minister, metal on mainstream radio will be a legal requirement, right? Because for immunity, everybody's going to feel happier, more healthy, and they're going to feel more spiritual, be kinder to everybody, and that's going to be it, man. So remember, in a few years, that I'll be working as Prime Minister, okay? I shall fit me gigs in around that.
That's an exclusive, a Crowcast exclusive. Please, I got to ask you this question, bud, because it's almost legendary, this. Support acts that have, you know, gone on before the Mighty Maiden have literally died on their ass, right?
Yeah.
Because the Maiden fans are just there to see Maiden. Now, am I right in saying this? You and your band, Wolfsbane, were supporting Iron Maiden.
Yeah, we did 31, I think it was 33 sold out shows in the UK.
So tell me, how does it was it as I describe it? Was it that shitty? You know, you're supporting Iron Maiden, and secondly, how did that feel going from the support act to being the front man of this massive, heavy rock band, metal band?
I think the thing about Wolfsbane is that, you know, we came up through pubs, youth clubs, working men's clubs, garages, you know, garden sheds. We came up doing gigs in impossible places, like you do. I mean, same as you've probably done it. When you start off, I've got a gig. That's all you need to know. Whether it's a gig, you know, at a school or at a biker event, you really don't care. I've got a gig. We've got a gig. You know, you're just learning to play. You're learning to play, and you're happy about it. And of course, in Wolfsbane, you know, we went through so much, man. I remember a gig that we played in a working man's club, and it was a youth night in the working man's club, and they closed the curtains at the end of the gig, right? And they ripped the people there, I won't call them fans, ripped a radiator off the wall, threw it on the stage, and nicked all of our mics. because it was our own gig. Nicked all the mics off the stage. I'm like, what? And then we've done gigs with electronic bands. We've done gigs with pop bands. Anybody, anywhere we would go. And of course, it's a thin line. The great frontmen, I believe, not great vocalists, but the great frontmen must have in equal measure courage and stupidity. They have to be too stupid to think that they can't do it, and they have to be so courageous that when they're in it, they go, I'm not stopping, I'll keep going, and that was all of us in Wolfsbane were like that. It's like, what? And I'll tell you what, in Wolfsbane, we never closed our eyes on stage, man. Sometimes when you get into the moment and not in Wolfsbane, and you're like this, because anything could come on. Anything. What the hell's that? Yeah. My God. It's a radiator. It's a full can of beer. Anything could come on. You're, whoa. Yeah. There was no getting emotional in Wolfsbane. And so, of course, we go then to support Maiden. Bearing in mind, we supported a few big bands along the way, and we've done a couple of little festivals. We supported Maiden, and it was just, okay, we went out with the attitude that people would hate us, and what we would do is play well and do our thing, and we weren't going to let anybody stop us doing what we like to do and what we normally do. And after about 3 songs, people would go, actually, these aren't bad, And that was it. We never stopped. And in regards to your question, what was it like going from that to the lead singer? We were in Chile, right? And Maiden were banned from Chile by the church because they thought Maiden were Satanists and devil worshippers because of Number of the Beast and all of this. So we're there, and we got a motorcycle escort to the gig, right? We get in the back, and the tour manager's there. Okay, everybody, you've got an hour to get yourself ready. No interviews tonight. Okay. Oh, great. Got an hour. Right, I'll start my warm-up. Oh. Hello, everybody. Yeah, you've got 15 minutes. I said, what happened to an hour? They said, there's been a problem with the support band. I said, what? They've been bottled off stage during the first song.
Wow.
We never had that in Wolfsbane, man. But there they were. I mean, great band as well. Spanish speaking, Heroes de Silencio, I think they're called. And the poor singer. I mean, people had been waiting 20 years to see Iron Maiden, and they knew Iron Maiden were in the building, right? So they're like, you know what? Let's get rid of this support band. We just want to see that. And I'll tell you what, man, we were backstage there in Chile. I think it's about 20,000 people or something. There's a full video of it somewhere on YouTube because state television, the Chilean version of the BBC, illegally recorded the gig. So, yeah. We're like, what are these cameras? And it's like great big broadcast cameras. And we're just looking, we can't say nothing about it. And we're backstage. The lights go down. And I'll tell you, the hairs on the back of my neck now, it just incredible. The scream and the sound. I mean, we've all been there when we're watching gigs, the lights go down, and you hear that thing. But that one show in Chile, man, and I played 60,000, 70,000, 10,000 and all sorts of gigs. But that one night in Chile, when them lights went down and that scream went up, everybody, I mean, the other guys in Maiden, so experienced, everybody looked like, whoa. Wow. And we all knew, of course, that support band had been bottled off. So it was like it was electric, man. The atmosphere, absolutely electric. Fantastic show, absolutely brilliant. So,
wow, I got goosebumps there. Brilliant.
That was the other side of it, man. That was the other side. So, I'm the lead singer in. Wow,
that's insane. Absolutely insane.
What was it like with the rehearsals leading up and knowing how like the stage sets and stuff like that? And because
It's nothing. It's nothing. It's just, the most important thing is the music.
Yeah.
So it's just the same as we'd rehearse now. So you guys probably got a rehearsal room.
Yeah.
You just set up and you have as many rehearsals until you feel, well, we can be tight, and then we'll have a long sound check on the first day, or a production rehearsal if you got. And it was just the same as that, really. So you're in a little rehearsal room, but of course, the feeling that you have when you hear the guitar of Dave Murray, it can only be Dave Murray from Iron Maiden. I'm in the room with Dave Murray from Iron Maiden. And Nico hasn't got a giant kit. He's got, a kit that he needs to do the job in rehearsals. And he does a couple of fills, and you're like, well, I am anyway. I'm going, Nico. You're there in the room with it. It's amazing.
That's incredible. That's incredible.
Yeah.
The inspiration, like before going on stage, just knowing that, like as a front man, what more inspiration do you need? Like
and the other thing was, I was a huge fan.
Yeah.
Yes.
So for me, what I wanted to do was kind of bring a fresh feeling to the songs. I went back and listened to the studio albums and what Bruce was doing there, some of the live things that he did. And I kind of tried to find my own path, that fans who'd heard these songs on tour for a lot of years, they would have a fresh feeling from it. Try and tighten up the phrasing a little bit, and take breaths in slightly different places to give me a better run on different things. And it worked. And of course, that experience, you're a young man, and you go, oh well, we're going on it's the I remember Steve goes to me, he goes, the tour could be 9 months. I'm going, yes 9 months on tour, yeah, I've lived for this. Oh yeah, fantastic, man. Where somebody else might be going, 9 months away from home. I was going, yes, 9 months, gigs every night, yes. Oh man, it was absolutely fantastic. That was. So yeah, and of course, all of that experience then, when I started my own solo project, Maiden have been through everything, man. Everything, all the internal band politics, arguments, everything that you and I have been through in our band, they've been through as well. But they found a way to survive it and come back from it and keep going. And you go, okay. And that's what I do now. I don't have my own full-time band. I work with Chris Appleton and the guys from Absolver. Great band. When they're not working with me, they do their own albums and their own thing, really, really cool. And when we're together, that's what we do. It's like, well, this is the way we're going to do things, be professional, try and be respectful of each other, and do it like that. And in the end, Maiden have been going for so long. The greatest thing that I can say that I've taken from it and I've put into my own work is the music is the most important thing. Nothing else. That music has to sustain you. And if you haven't done your best job in the writing and recording, you're going to be miserable when you're out there on the road, man. Singing something that you're not convinced about. So with Maiden, the music was the most important thing. That's what I have now in my solo career. And when we work on our songs with Wolfsbane, making that song come to life, making that the best it can be, that's the most important thing. Nothing could ever really be or should ever be as important as a song that you feel is complete and strong.
Yeah.
So
I love
that was
bro.
the best thing about it, really. And I'm just so lucky, man. I got this great team around me with Chris Appleton and the Absolver guys, wonderful manager as well. And, you know, one of the things is we're all working class, and that feeds into the music in a way that goes, well, we're working class. If we weren't doing this, we'll be getting up at 5 a.m. And me personally, I'll be working in a factory or a warehouse locally or a shop or something like that. So it's work, and that's how we'll treat it. And we get our rehearsals done, and we keep going and keep working until we get it right. And I think that's a big part of it, you know, is inspiration is great, but you know, what gets you out of bed in the morning is I've got to go to work. I've got to do this work because this is what pays the bills. And what we do, and what I try and do, is adopt that attitude when we're making our music. Right, let's get these rehearsals done, little break, rehearse, little break, be professional about it. And I think it's a thing that we learned in Wolfsbane. We had our own rehearsal room set up and everything. And it's like, rehearse for a certain amount of time and that's it. But make sure that you do rehearse for that amount of time and rehearse on more days. You know, that's how we did it in Wolfsbane. In Maiden, and I think a lot of the big bands, everything's in blocks. So, right, we'll have this block of rehearsals. After the rehearsals, there's a production rehearsal for lights. After that, we load the van and we're on our way and dot. You know, but I think when you live closer together, you don't realize it at the time. You've got a huge advantage. Get rehearsing, get it rehearsed together regular. If you live close to each other, get rehearsing together.
That's great advice, man. Can I ask a question about the albums you did with Maiden? How long were you in the band before you went and recorded your first album with them?
It's a short time. It's 5 and a bit years that I was with the band, and 2 tours, and we did X Factor Virtual 11, and we did a special song Virus for Best of the Beast. I'm on Visions of the Beast. I think 6 of my performances are on the DVD Visions of the Beast, which is a few more than somebody else. So I think, yeah, you know what I'm saying. So that was it, and it's obviously it's a huge thing. And because Maiden are a big, important band, not just in metal, Maiden are an important band in the history of popular music. That's what people forget. That is one of the things. It's a British band that has produced quality. So, you know, so much quality music and material. And they've been going, you know, it might not be the band that sold the most albums, but it's the band that's been going the longest producing quality. And that is important in popular music. And they're not just an important heavy metal band, they're an important band in popular music. They were on those first couple of albums, and when they supported Kiss and supported Judas Priest. Right now, when they're doing stadiums of their own and having a Spitfire on the stage. A Spitfire on the stage. Man, it's a factory war. It's brilliant. And look how long they've been going. They've been like, we'll have a picture of a Spitfire on the back wall. We'll have no, they've got an actual Spitfire. And the singer, get this, the singer of Iron Maiden is dressed up like a pilot, and he is a pilot that can fly a plane. Amazing. It's amazing. Wow. And that's the last tour. That's the last tour that they did. They've been going years. They've been going years, man. And then that's what they're coming up with. I don't know whose idea that was. It's absolutely brilliant. Like a monster. It's just fantastic. It's fantastic.
I tell you what, Blaze.
The root of it all, the song is the most important thing.
100%, brother. I totally agree with you. There's one thing you've done. Did you say you've done 11 albums?
Yeah, 11 studio albums, 2 DVDs, I think 3 live albums, and that's in my solo career, and 5 albums with Wolfsbane and 2 live albums.
Incredible, bro. And there could be another 5, 6, 10 albums. How many? The energy you've got, Blaze, is unreal. I had no idea, brother. It's infectious.
What an insult. Also, you're jumping around on stage. Blaze hasn't got any. Look at him. He's just standing still. Just standing still.
That's not what I'm saying.
Oh,
I'm talking about.
You, mate. You wait to on that festival. You wait to do that festival. Right.
I'm talking about, you must have met people, Blaze, right, who are completely different while they are on stage.
Oh yeah,
but you're not. That's what I'm saying.
Well,
so the fact,
have you ever heard of a band back in the day called Dokken?
No.
Yeah, probably. I mean, you lads, probably me. It's an old glam band anyway, and and it was when I was doing my first Wolfsbane album. And they were really popular at the time. They had 2 platinum albums. That was record sales back then. You know, you could do that. And metal was big, and they were hard rock. And they did a great album called Tooth and Claw. And I went into the studio one day, and the singer Don Dokken was there. This is Los Angeles at the world famous Sound City Studios. And the singer was there, you know, with his 80s hair and his bandana. Lovely bloke, lovely bloke. And he goes, "Hey, Blaze." Again, "Oh, hello, Don. How you doing?" He goes, "I guess what you doing?" He goes, "I'm just patching up some vocals, man. Do you want some champagne?" What? Hey, not like you lads on your stout and your beer. Yeah, I'm playing, mate, in the studio there in the 80s. Oh, yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, but he was exactly the same on stage. So kind of misses your point. I suppose the biggest thing for me, yeah. I won't name names because it's just not fair. But in Wolfsbane, right? I mean, we're just we're known as Wolfsbane the Friendly, because as we're driving down the road in the van, we wave at everybody. It don't matter who they are, and people go, "Who's that? Who's that van full of heavy metal lads there waving?" And they wave back, and they don't know. So we've always done it, just wave at random people. And what happens in Wolfsbane, we never really reached the potential that we felt we should, because we just never had the touring in Europe. We toured the UK in the van, and we were the biggest unsigned metal band in the UK. We sold out shows all over the UK, little gigs, but we never got to do that in Europe. And we went, we had a support tour towards the end of Wolfsbane the first time around, a support tour, and the manager said, "Oh, I've got you a support tour in Europe, and I've got you a little tour bus and all this." Oh, great. And so we're in the dressing room, right? And we're Wolfsbane. We're just glad to be out of Tamworth. We're glad to be on the road, man. It's like we don't even care that we're not on stage. We're glad we're in a dressing room. Yeah. So it's like, we're not at home in our bedrooms. We're in a dressing room. We're going to do a gig. We're just like this all of the time. And we start singing together and all of this. And bloody hell, tour manager comes in from the main band, and this is exactly what it says. "Will you lads keep it down? You're not here to enjoy yourself." Then what the fuck are we here? that you would never have guessed from the performance of that band on stage that there'd be such miserable people. You know, it was nothing about having a good time. It's like, okay, I mean, yeah, I understand we're quite annoying and all of that, but really, you're not here to have a good time.
Yeah.
So that was it, man. That's been the support band.
The only point I was making was how much energy you have and life, and the fact that I didn't know that you're that personality off stage. And,
well, I'll tell you what happens is that we've done gigs in the past. I mean, with my own, especially with my on my solo project, and especially since I've been working with Chris Appleton and the rest of the guys, that we'll do gigs, and you'll see people like at festivals and things like this, and you go, how old are they? And it's like, well, that bloke can't be more than 25. And he makes me look like I'm fucking 15 because it's just nothing so serious, you know. Yeah. And then we go on and we're absolutely crazy, annihilate the place. And I thought, well, how come I'm such an old fart, but I'm running rings around all these young guys? Yeah. What's happened to their energy? Where's the passion? Where's the love of metal? You know, there's some of us that are consumed by this music, consumed by it. You know, we don't have a choice. It's like, you know, you try and stop doing it. There's no way to stop doing it. It's not a choice to stop doing it. You have to do it. You have to do it. And I'm very lucky in my life that my fans, when things have been difficult, when I've been going through horrible things, my fans have said to me, I'm really looking forward to your next album. I didn't even have a record deal. I didn't have a manager. I didn't have a band. I had nothing. And fans said, I'm really looking forward to your next album. I can't wait to see what you do next. And you just, and people really believe. And then I start believing again. I think, well, maybe I could. And then Chris Appleton said to me, I was only doing acoustic gigs at the time, and odd special appearances here and there. And Chris Appleton said, if you ever want to try again with a full metal band, give me a call. I'd really like to try it. I'd like to come on that journey. And a couple of months later, I thought, well, I want to do an anniversary tour, and got in touch, and we've been working with each other ever since. And, you know, Chris Appleton and the guys from Absolver, they've got that same amount of passion, same amount of passion. On the new album, War Within Me, there's a song called 18 Flights, and it's about an earthquake, right? Smoke on the Water. You may have heard of that by Deep Purple. That's shit compared to our song 18 Flights, right? Because that was about a bit of fire and smoke floating across the lake. We were in an actual earthquake, yeah? So it's called Blaze Fest. It's in Coquimbo. It's at the seaside, right? Yeah. And the guy that he's put Blaze Fest, I'm like, oh, man. And you think, and all the local bands are there, great big light thing, and all wonderful sound, no expense spared. Every single detail of the rider is in the dressing room. It's absolutely fantastic. But beautiful weather outside, you know, but we're in a hall, but it's it's just absolutely fantastic. Meet and greet before the gig, sign for all the fans, everything going great. Get on the stage, and things are going really well, and they're doing the lights the way we want and everything like that. And then fifth song in, it comes into, it's a song called Escape Velocity, and halfway through we're going to the halftime. Dun, dun, dun. let us reimagine. And we're going to the halftime, and the stage is shaking. And we think, bloody hell, this is weird, isn't it? But I suppose, with the halftime, maybe so. And then the fans are running away. I'll tell you what, man, in that split second where you see your own fans not leaving, but running out of the building, you know something's wrong.
Yeah.
And the next thing, the lights go out, and the promoters at the side of the stage go, Blaze, come on, we've got to leave. And it's like everything's blacked out. And behind me, I can hear. And it's like, there's Martin McNee in pitch black, no one on stage, still playing. Martin, it's an earthquake! Come on! And luckily, I always carry a good quality torch with me. So I was able to find the way out. Then you get the text message. Tsunami warning. Go to higher ground. We're 10 meters from the sea.
Oh, my God.
10 meters from the sea. And so anyway, they managed to get us in a van, oh, man. About 4 hours later, we come back down and bits have fallen off the building into the street. Luckily the power's back on. And about 10 fans turned up 4 hours later and they said, Blaze, are you going to finish the gig? Not this year, no. So we opened Kimbo the second half of the gig, So if we ever get back there, man.
That's amazing.
And so the promoter said to me, "Oh, will you write a song about this?" I thought, well, I have written a song about gigs in the past, and then you've got, Saxon, Long Arm of the Law, and other, bands played on, and then you've got Smoke on the Water. And I thought, you know what, we'll do that, and then I couldn't think about what the lyric or the melody. It's like I go, earthquake, yeah, we were in an earthquake. I'm like, it's not quite got it, And I said to Chris, I said, that tour. I said, how many flights did we do? He said, it's 18 flights in 15 days. And there we got it. 18 flights in 15 days.
Yes,
and we had it, man. And that's it. And then we were in, and it come together. And it's the most fun song on the album. That, all the songs I'm really proud of. But that's the one. It's just a smile, man. That one.
Absolutely fantastic. Blaze, you've been an absolutely incredible guest.
Yeah.
All the comments there from our Crow family watching, just saying what an inspiration, what an incredibly energetic guy. You're so passionate, brother. I had no idea, and I'm so glad we had you on. Thank you so much for joining us.
Well, thank you, and please tell everybody about my new album, War Within Me. Please tell everybody it's wonderful, and if you don't like it, please lie to everyone.
Actually, when can we get that album?
It's April the 9th. The single is on iTunes and the single's out now on normal
digital platforms, Spotify.
Slipped my mind, but yeah, you can get the single now, and you can pre-order the album. You can go to blazebayley.net and pre-order the album and get this. Oh yeah, right. Vinyl at the same time as a CD. Oh yeah, it's coming out. We had it there, man. The manager said you can have vinyl at the same time as a CD. Oh! He goes, right, but it's got to be old school. You get one disc, 44 minutes. I was going, yeah, I'll do it. And then we've got it up on the whiteboard there. Side A. Side B. Oh, man, I'm 14 again. And it's like, what's going to be the end of side one? Oh, what we're going to start side two. Oh, it's just fantastic, man. a challenge, but delicious. Absolutely delicious. And then adding up the time almost every day, going, right, how many seconds is it? Oh no, we're getting over the 44. No, we'll bring it back in. Oh, what can we cut out? No. So it was
phenomenal. Great. Phenomenal. It's going on the bottom of the screen there, guys. You can see it. The new Blaze Bayley album, War Within Me, available April 9th. Pre-order at www.blazebayley.net. Go get it. We viewed it. It's banging.
And it's vinyl and CD that you can get.
Incredible. So, Blaze, thank you so much for your time. We've thoroughly enjoyed it.
Thanks for having me on.
Hopefully we'll see you in November at Planet Rockstock, where we might even meet you dressed as robots and present you with a bottle of champagne.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Are you playing it? Are you doing the gig?
Yep.
Okay. Well, if there's any problems with getting there, if you have any problems there, it's because of me, so I could get extra time for my set.
Right.
Okay. So when you're stuck in the van, when things break down, you can't get there, go, this is the bastard that we interviewed. He stopped the van, he sabotaged the van, and I'll be on stage with my lads. I'll be going, right, lads, 5 more songs in the set. Thanks for the Crow boys. Woo!
It's our bloody doctor's fault. Dr. Blaze Bayley.
Thank you, Blaze.
Thank you, guys. I wish you the very, very best of luck. So sorry I couldn't tell you about that mirror thing before the video. I wish you the best, though, mate. I wish you the best.
Man. Take care.
Cheers. Thanks for having me on.
Cheers,
Thanks,
Blaze.
Cheers.
Oh, man. Absolutely outstanding. And as Blaze said, vinyl, CD at the same time. Available. Go and pre-order it now over with Blaze Bayley. We'll hit you up with some links as well in the fan pages and on the main site. But it's out April the 9th. It's a banger, isn't it, Shane?
It is, man. It is. Two of my favorite tracks on there. I don't know if I'm allowed to say the title tracks, but there's 2 tracks in particular that really got me going. But yeah, incredible album, incredible guy. What a personality. What a passionate guy.
Hysterical. Like I said, I couldn't keep it together most of that interview, I gotta be honest. And the one that just done me was the smoke in the water, because I started getting serious and oh yeah, I know that, and he completely squashed that. That was brilliant. Well, it's shit. Jesus Christ. Should we get the crews in?
Let's get the boys on.
Okay, we got Shiner, we got Lloyd, and there's Dave.
What's up, everyone?
All right, boys. What a guy.
Smoke on the water. Well, you might have heard of it, but it's shit.
Oh man, honestly,
Lunatic. What a guy.
It was brilliant. I mean, he took us on the journey. It was brilliant because he was. I think somebody put the note. My questions are just gone. There was a few things I wanted to ask him. He was hitting on him. It was absolutely brilliant. The journey was phenomenal. Really cool to see how he's adapted in a COVID world and how he got the writing done. And you can see the passion, couldn't you, boys? You know?
Oh, definitely, man. It's in abundance.
Yeah, he's got that little nutter streak that makes him a good front man, a good singer. Do you know what I mean? That kind of like, you know,
he just lives and breathes it.
What a dude.
Yeah, absolutely.
Lives and breathes it. It's the most important thing in his world, and you just know it.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
incredible.
Totally. What a guy.
Good old Blaze.
Well, Crow family. Yeah. Crow family. I know you all enjoyed that, all the comments. I'm so glad we could get him on. That was brilliant.
Yeah, that was a brilliant interview.
I haven't laughed that much in ages.
I never would have thought, right, as a teenager, getting into Iron Maiden in the mid-90s, listening to the X Factor, Virtual 11, that we'd be talking to the singer of those albums. It's a bit nuts, like that.
It's a bit.
But yeah, I mean, it's cool. I mean, yeah. So yeah,
it's the smoke on the water comment, man.
Oh, that was shit. I mean, he had me right. Like I said, top to bottom. He took us on the journey, which was brilliant. And like I said, echoing, it was great to know that, in this world, he's writing a great record. He's passionate about it. He's found a way to do it. But then when you go backwards then and you hear his experiences with Maiden, and then like when he was on about technology with robots, that had me when he was like,
Yeah.
there he is.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like-
We've all had those thoughts.
yeah, but it's just, it was so brilliant when he said when they come and they'll just be pointing at him, there he is, let's get the bastard. You know what I mean? It's like, oh man, oh god, it's just a great outlook, absolutely positive, man. It's just like, that's what you need, isn't it? Like, you know what I mean? So
Positivity. I'll definitely look forward to catching up with him in Rockstock. And having a chat and a beer and whatnot, I'm
Well,
sure
you say a chat, Dave.
yeah, you know what I
talk
mean,
that.
I'd love to have a sit down in a pub and have a proper pint with him. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
yeah, well, I think it'll happen. Like I said, now we know, obviously, we've seen Rockstock, he's there. And I'm sure there's going to be other festivals and that, especially with the new record out now as well. That's going to happen. It's going to be inevitable. That's brilliant. And like, we didn't even get the point of, like, I know he gets on with Rob really well in Phil. They've got a great relationship. I didn't even get to that because I know Rob has been on one of his records. So there's just so much to talk to him about. There's such a connection. And like when Shane hit on it with the how he comes down here on the motorbike. So, we'll get together with him. It's brilliant.
Look out when we do. I'm telling you.
Oh, man. Can you imagine, like, do you know what I mean? It's like
Imagine the Crows on a Blaze Bayley night. Oh my god!
That guy and a load of Nipa.
But I do think when our energy starts to kick in, but it'd be fucking mental, wouldn't it? Trying to get a word in.
Yeah.
I don't think there'd be any oxygen left in the fucking room.
Well, it went from Crowcast to Blaze Bayley night. We didn't need to be there. Like, it was just, otherwise someone just said that. Yeah, we could have left the room.
And I love that because it was just entertaining tonight. It was nice to kind of sit back and hear him take us on you know what I mean? That's what Crowcast is all about. He came on to tell us. And it's his time to kind of voice that as well. And it was great, some of the stories and brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
Awesome career, man. So
yeah,
we want to hear his stories.
Yeah.
Incredible. Right, let's do a couple of birthdays. There's actually one in the comments there, so I'm going to put it up right now. Tracy Evans, happy birthday to Kieran Evans for the 6th of March. Happy birthday, Kieran.
Happy birthday, Kieran.
Hope you have a great day, brother. We've got Emma Ashcroft. What was a delay? All right, bud.
Satellite delay, Dave. Like satellite Dave.
Emma Ashcroft. Hi, boys. Please, could you do a birthday shout out for me on Tuesday? My daughter Leah turns 21 on Wednesday. She almost shared a birthday with John Bon Jovi, but arrived shortly after midnight on the 3rd of March. Though I did take her to her first Bon Jovi gig when she was 8, and for her birthday last year, she got to go on stage with Phil X. Sadly, no gigs for the big 21, but maybe there'll be a Crows gig for us soon. And she's beaten me on every single Crow quiz so far. Oh, I like Emma. Happy 21st birthday to Leah. Lots of love from Mum and Uncle Mike and us Crows. Happy birthday, Leah.
Happy birthday, Leah.
Happy birthday.
We've got, this isn't a birthday, this is kind of a anniversary, I believe. Lee Evans, March 1st is the anniversary of when myself and the missus met. I was a roadie for my mate's band and working the door at a gig. Little did I know that from the time Julie walked into the railway pub in Crumlin with her friends, that my life wouldn't be the same again. She must have seen something in me that no one had up to that point in my life and just wouldn't take no for an answer. She stalked me, basically. 36 years later, we are still together. We've been through the best of times and the toughest of times, but we still keep fighting the good fight together. It would be great if you could give us a shout out in Crowcast on Tuesday. Missed you guys last week. It says a lot for the community you guys have created with the Crow family. Happy anniversary, Lee and Julie. 36 years. Incredible.
Happy anniversary.
Fair play.
Happy anniversary. There's one more comment here from Bevis. Bevis got in touch and said, have we been keeping an eye on Steve Davis on the fitness group? Basically, Steve is doing 5K a day for 28 days.
Oh
His
wow.
knees and his back are, it says a word, yeah. Maybe I should say it because it's gone past. It's damaged slightly.
Fuck.
But he keeps going. It's definitely worth a mention on Crowcast. Can you do that? Steve, what a legend. 5K a day for 28 days. That's unbelievable. Keep going, brother.
Great work, man.
And that's all the comments.
Great
Actually,
work.
Marvelous.
what if let's do a little bit of a competition?
What's the next lyric? It's lyric time. What's the next line? What's the next line? What's the next line?
So this week, the lyric is I want it, I know. I want it, I know. What's the next line? Go.
I haven't got a clue, I'll be honest.
I didn't even know what that is. I didn't have a clue.
Ooh, that's a tricky one, that is. Well, while we wait for the answer, maybe we can go over this week's.
The best music all day long. Crow Radio. Available now via Those Damn Crows Spotify page. Don't forget to click the green heart.
Ooh, what is the theme this weekend, David?
New wave of British heavy metal. So,
Oh, fabulous.
yes. So we all know what that means. That means the sort of bands that came around the early 80s, possibly late 70s. Okay, so here we are. We have Am I Evil by Diamond Head. That was a big influence on Metallica. The track Iron Maiden by Iron Maiden. Rocks Off by Def Leppard. Bomber by Motorhead. Bread Fan by Budgie, which we know are friends in Florence Black's cover. Hellband by the Tigers of Bantang, Blitzkrieg by Blitzkrieg, Angel Witch by Angel Witch, Race with the Devil by Girl School, Breaking the Law by our good friends Judas Priest, Wheels of Steel by our good friend Saxon, Name, Rank, and Serial Number by Fist, Killer Machine by our good friend Wolfsbane, Eye of the Storm, Street Savage, Father of Time, Demon, Vice Versa by Samson, which was obviously Bruce Dickinson before Maiden, Don't Need Your Money by Raven, Warhead by Venom, and that is it.
Oh, that's a fantastic playlist, that is. If we scroll
Yes.
up, that is brilliant to see that. What
Yes.
a mighty list.
Ooh, I do like the imagery.
So it's the wave of heavy metal, yeah?
Yeah, new wave of British heavy metal.
The first wave, Dave. The first wave.
Yeah.
No,
that's
no,
why
it's the new. Well, yeah, it was the new wave.
the original wave.
Yes, yeah, this got the original.
Yeah, we'll call it the original. Yeah,
Real way.
yeah.
And if anybody wants to go and listen to that playlist, how do they do it, Dave?
Spotify. Click the little green heart. Share it with your fucking mates.
I love that. I love
Or
that.
no, that's it. I was going to say Apple and Amazon then, but I was going to lie. So
Yeah,
ignore
it'll
me.
be put in the fan page, and obviously we'll put a link up soon as well. So it's if you see the tiny URL, the tinyurl.com/Crow Radio. But yeah, go and check it out, guys. I mean, it's something that we upload every week. We try and choose a theme, and I think that's a banger.
Yeah, I like that stuff. I like the early heavy metal stuff. So yeah.
Well, it's definitely a mix-up. I mean, considering the last one was acoustic, we've had guitar heroes, so it changes from week to week. And one thing I learned this week as well, which talking to Shane, because obviously, I'm new to Spotify myself as well. You can save the playlists. So there's been a few people saying, "Oh, I didn't get that one," but apparently you can save the playlist.
Yeah, there's a little arrow next to the little green heart. There's a little arrow. Click it, and it'll download to your archive, and you can listen to it offline. So it'll be there forever if you like the playlist.
So, Dave, it begs the question: why only now we have this information?
Because
Did you
I'm
know?
stupid.
No,
I concentrate on animal facts, Shiner. Come on.
No,
now.
honestly, no, I'm not trying to set you up there, but I've been obviously looking into the old Spotify myself. I have used another platform, we should say, but I do like my vinyl and my CDs. But I'm listening to a lot of Spotify at the moment, and it just rocked my world earlier when me and Shane were having a conversation, and we couldn't understand why some of the playlists are obviously not available. And I was like, oh, why is that? And then found out that you can save the playlist. Because sometimes I think, oh, I'll get around to that. But there's so much new music out at the moment. Obviously, I've been listening to those records. And then I think, oh, I'll go and listen to that playlist. And it's gone. So it's just good for anybody who didn't know, including myself, that you can actually save the playlist, which is really cool. That's a handy little tip, that is.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much. I'm sure
I knew Shiner would laugh at that one.
Shane, have we got a winner, son?
Not yet.
Please. It was fantastic. Do you want to remind everybody of what was the lyric again?
Yes. I want it. I know. I want it. I know.
Ooh.
We've got a few, which is just queening a few things. So if we go on to the next section, and we'll come back to this, if that's okay.
Of course it is. What we could do is show them what they would win as well. That could be a cool.
Absolutely. This is one of the members of the Crow family has put this forward. It's the Sick of Me poster package. So you'll get all that lovely goodness. This is for the winner of What's the Next Line. But as I said, someone has paid for this. One of your members, your friends, your family has paid for this. It's incredible. We love that when people do that. So thank you. That's the prize.
Probably a good time to say as well, we did do a limited run of these posters. We've signed them all. So there's not many left as well for those who were waiting. I did see a few messages. A lot of people were saying, oh, I'm going to get it next week. I'm going to get it. We are running really, really low. And it will be a limited run as well. I don't think we're going to be doing another run of these, are we, boys? I think that was
No.
So yeah, if you want them, they are available right now in our merch store. But yeah, as Shane said, it's a beautiful thing. One of the Crow family has actually paid for this to be a prize. They wanted to kind of treat somebody, especially in these times as well, cheer somebody up. So absolutely fantastic. Can't fault that. What do you think?
Okay, we got a winner.
Oh, brilliant.
Ooh, who's it going to be?
Do you want me to tell it?
Go on.
Okay, so the lyric was, I want it, I know, as I watch you give in. As I watch you give in. And the first person we think correctly said that was Nicola Richards. Congratulations, Nicola.
Well done, Nicola.
Well done, Nicola.
That's
Back of the
awesome.
net.
Send us your address and we'll get that out to you. And that's, like I said, that's off one of the members of the Crow family. Thank you so much, guys. It's incredible. We love that.
And now it's time. Oh, sorry, Shane. What was that?
What songs are out of?
Sin on Skin.
Oh, there we are.
Oh, okay.
Learn something every day.
I want it, I know, as I watch you give in.
There we are. Of course it is.
Ah.
In context, it makes sense.
It's sad time, though, boys. It's time for the finale of boot camp. It's the finale of boot camp. An absolutely amazing task set. So
In 2021, a Crow commando unit was sent to prison by a military court for a crime they didn't commit. These men promptly escaped from a maximum security stockade to the Bridge End Underground. Today, still wanted by the government, they survived as soldiers of fortune. If you have a problem, if no one else can help, and if you can find them, maybe you can hire the C-Team.
It's bittersweet, isn't it? It's bittersweet.
Yeah.
So for many weeks, we were set challenges and we had the wheel up. And this is the very, very last one. So we've all had our shot at it. This was Lloyd's turn, which you had to. What did you have to do, Lloyd?
I had to do like a headstand, stand on my head.
Oh, on the head, son. So
my wrists. I obviously haven't got flexible wrists, like, you know, but not that you're meant to do that. Like,
You need to work on them a little bit, Lloyd. In my
honest,
opinion.
man.
was this days of training, mate? Was it days of attempts? Was it a one shot and it was like?
Oh, literally a one shot. Like, I tried to work it out in my head first. Like, how am I going to do this? Do you know what I mean? A plan of attack. And fair play to Annie, she sent over a few videos of like possible ways to do it.
Yeah.
I just thought, fuck it, just go for the hardest one, just straight up. But
fair play.
yeah, I haven't got the patience to try and balance and shit. Do you know what I mean? I thought I haven't got that time.
Yeah, just get up there, innit? Get up there.
Just go
Just
for
give
it.
you a better shot.
Snap
and,
your neck on the way.
you know.
Yet again, some of the Crow family got involved, which was
Yeah,
fantastic.
they did. Fair play. They put me all to bloody shame.
Shall we take a look at the Crow family first? Is that the normal routine?
Go for it, man. Go for it.
Let's have a little look at the Crow family.
Say oops upside your head. 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 I'm back at you again. Upside your head. Radio station is WGAP. Say oops upside your head. Say oops upside your head.
Now on all you gappers and you finger snappers, you toe tappers, and you love lappers, I want y'all to say this with me. Say it.
Upside your head. Say oops upside your head.
Say it loud.
Say oops upside your head. Say oops
Upside your head. Say it loud.
Say oops upside your head. Say oops upside your head.
Pay attention, sucker.
Upside your head. Say
Outstanding.
Oh, I didn't quite have that much finesse.
Amazing.
It was more like a mine was more like a drunken brawl compared to all that.
It's nothing more elegant than a drunken brawl.
Without further ado, should we check out what happened with Lloyd?
Go on, then.
Okay, Mr. Lloyd Wood.
So, Crow Boot Camp. Last challenge. Headstand. Shit. Thank you very much, Annie Joyce. I'll remember this. Yes! Yes!
Yeah, that'll do. That'll do.
I think you did all right. I think you did all right. No, you don't worry. You did all right then.
Well done, Lloyd.
Bloody hurt. Bloody hurt. Fair play. There's no technique there whatsoever. Let's be honest. It's just on your fucking head.
I like you had a beer on the side there.
I had to, mate. I had to. No. Anyway, it was fun though, wasn't it?
Yeah, man.
I enjoyed it. I failed mine way over too confident. Like I said, that was Send a Neeper. Hopefully available in the next couple of weeks. But yeah, a couple of Neepers and I was ready to do 10, 15 skipping. I think Dave you were doing hallway yoga with the dog, is that right?
Yoga at the top of the stairs with the dog, yep.
That's right. Health and safety have already been in touch.
Yep.
We're sorting that one out. Risk assessment for the next time. Shiner did the crow pose, which was really delicate with the cigarette and the and the cup of tea.
Oh, it's the hardest thing I've ever done.
And fair play to Shane, he really did it.
Yeah,
the hardest one from top to bottom. Fair play, absolutely awesome. So I have enjoyed it. What about you, Shiny? Are you happy that's the end of it, or would you like another one?
I'm looking for the politically correct words here. No, thank you.
Well, we will roll the VT for one last time. Maybe it might come back in the future. Probably if it's anything to do with China, it will never appear again. But thank you very much, Crow family. Thank you, Arnie Schwarzenegger, for giving us all the tasks. It has been fun, boys. It's been great. And great to connect with the fan page as well. So roll VT.
In 2021, a Crow Commando unit was sent to prison by a military court for a crime they didn't commit. These men promptly escaped from a maximum security stockade to the Bridge End Underground. Today, still wanted by the government, they survived as soldiers of fortune. If you have a problem, if no one else can help, and if you can find them, maybe you can hire the C-Team.
Oh, what the fuck?
Now,
Didn't see that.
I thought we were choosing a challenge for the Crow family to do a
so
challenge
before
for
we
boot camp.
move on, we're still on the Crow Fitness thing a second. We've been speaking to Annie. It's okay. There's no more tasks. Don't worry, Shiner. There's absolutely no more.
Just about to leave.
But we've been talking with Annie, and she's going to be doing something very, very special with the Crow Fitness page. So I could make a bad job of explaining it, but I think we'll go over to Annie, and Annie can explain everything that's going to be happening.
When I wake up, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who wakes up next.
Hi Crow family! It's time for a competition, a Crow Fitness competition. And this one is not going to require you to do any activity other than a bit of thinking. You may remember the incredible stats that we heard about for Crow Fitness on the Strava group that popped up in the quiz. And I've been tracking what's been going on. In February, we were averaging 1,800 miles through the Crow Fitness Club Strava each week. And in fact, last week, we did 2,000 miles, which is pretty much Bridgend to Moscow. Now the boys can't do a world tour, but Crow Fitness can. Here is a prop I prepared earlier. What I need you to do is to guess how long it's going to take the Crow Fitness Strava to reach all the way around the world. As of yesterday, starting from yesterday, knowing a bit about the numbers that I've just given you, how long is it going to take us to get all the way around the world? That's 24,901 miles, just over 40,000 kilometres. I need a date and time from you. I'm going to put a form on the Crow Fitness page for you to fill in by midnight this coming Sunday, and there might be a prize in it for you. Of course, if you're not in the Crow Fitness group, why not? Come and join us, have some fun. See you soon.
See you soon.
See you soon.
Oh, I'm off.
So how cool is that? So there we are. Shane, there's no tasks for us. You can get involved if you want to get involved. And I do believe within the next hour, I think Annie's going to be putting the form on the Crow Fitness page. So you can go over there and guess the date, everything that Annie just basically said. And obviously for everybody who is on the Strava app, the more you're walking, the quicker we do the world tour. We get across the world.
Incredible. Some mileage there, innit? Bloody hell.
Yeah. The question that keeps, or the answer rather, that keeps popping around. So if they've done enough miles to walk from Bridgend to Russia, who's got the vodka supply?
Yeah, I was going to ask you, I'll shine. And will they bring it home for you?
Oh, yeah. I'll be checking that.
Oh, fair play. I tell you who might have the answer.
Is that so?
Where is it, Dave? Where is it?
Fucking hell.
If you go on Google Maps, you can see Glenn Danzig washing his car.
Really?
But that
Yeah,
wasn't
no,
that wasn't
yeah.
the one. That wasn't the one. That was when I
Yeah,
actually just
I'll
learned
have
just
another go,
talking
Dave.
on it.
Have another go, Dave. Have another go.
High heels were actually invented for men. It wasn't until the 18th century that they actually more women started wearing them.
Now, this is true, I think, Dave.
So if you see someone in the old Cuban heels, you can't get more manly than that.
Yeah, but were they to make men taller?
Pass.
Fuck off,
Yeah.
bro.
Ronnie boy.
Did you say anything? I'm waiting for the joke.
For like 800 years, they were a men's shoe. There, that's the photo. How the friggin' hell did you get that up so quick?
Oh, look at that. No expense paid now, mate. It's coming out of everywhere. So a pair of Tom Cruise shoes, is it?
Well, does he wear high heels? He just wears like
Tom Cruise is a dust isn't he?
That's the joke, innit? It's the old Tom Cruise shoes.
Yeah, the old
Apparently-
Tom Cruise built up shoes, yeah.
Well, yeah, apparently he used to wear like platforms when he was with Nicole Kidman, because she's quite tall. And
Yeah.
apparently he used to build up his shoes, like, you know, the old Tom Cruise shoes.
Yeah, don't blame him.
Yes.
Don't blame him at all.
Don't blame him.
I wore Cuban heels once. I couldn't
I
walk
knew.
in them.
I knew there was a reason why you brought it up.
Yeah.
Did you really?
Yeah, no, I told you about that, didn't I? I remember when
I
someone
got a
stole.
photo of that. I think I got
Another one that you had.
He's got them all lined up in the background. What am I still blown up? And he's still got Glenn Danzig washing his car.
He's like, I know. How did they know? How did they know?
Right, Reggie.
What size are you, Dave?
It's a bit personal, isn't it? About 7.5 inches.
You brought up your heels.
Oh, the heels. Right.
Unbelievable, Jeff. There he
Moving
is.
on. Moving on.
There he is.
Look at
That's a hell of a Mardi Gras, isn't it?
Even his cross-dressing days.
that. Dave, answer me honestly, Dave. Are you wearing heels by there?
It's gotten awfully hot in this room.
Are you wearing
In that
heels?
photo, possibly. I don't know. I was very, very drunk at the time. You got Glenn Danzig washing his car. How the hell?
Exploded mind.
That's blown my mind.
Blown it away. Fuck the rest.
You got
of
someone
the
in the
show.
wings tapping it on Google, like.
Fuck the rest of the show. You got Danzig washing his car. Look at you. See how entertained you are.
You're
That's
asking
brilliant.
for a printer, that next.
Yeah.
I love it.
Dude.
Now it's the return of
Mystery box, mystery box. What's inside the mystery box? Mystery box, mystery box. What's inside the mystery box?
What size are you on my
caught
shoes?
Dave. I just caught Dave on his phone as if he's going, how quick can I get that picture up? How did they do that? How did they do that?
Blow my mind. Danzig, Google Map.
Yeah.
He's frozen now as well.
Oh,
Look.
he's frozen.
Yeah.
We even have the
Brilliant.
power to do that, Dave.
He drank our drink quick, didn't he?
Right, mystery box. Mystery box came through, and this is the box. Look, it's a shoe box. It's obviously a pair of heels.
Tom Cruise shoes, Dave.
Oh my god.
7.5.
Yeah, what size is that? 7.5.
Oh, my shoes.
Oh, hang on. This isn't for all of us, boys. This is for one person in particular.
All right.
Me, hopefully.
Steve.
Case of wine.
For China.
Ah, China. Fuck off, China.
Oh, there we are.
Fuck off, China.
Well, about 10
Dave's
people on the right.
No.
Oh, look at this.
Come there. Who else to be happy than I am?
I tell you what.
You bloody tamping, Luke.
You were looked after, Shane. Fair play.
Oh my god, what have I got?
I got a little. What's this? Hey up, Shiner, as promised. A mug with a biscuit shelf. Enjoy. Stevie. Steve Arnold.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, no,
Ooh.
Now we're talking.
There's a pirate in there, if you could see it. Can you see a pirate? I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah.
Pirate.
I'm going to name him Dave.
And he's giving me hobnobs.
Oh, no, we talking.
That's it.
Biscuit.
Nice.
Put a biscuit in the
Yes.
Do they fit? That'll fit 2 biscuits. I will. Looking at it.
That'll
And
fit
he's giving
2.
me Some,
Yes.
some Typho tea bags. What a lovely gift. Steve Arnold.
Ooh,
Thank you very much, Steve.
Hey.
Dave,
right,
it was
kid.
for me, not for you.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
cracking, that is. A mug where you can put your biscuit in. That's brilliant.
Yeah.
Can you
Yeah,
imagine
we
now
really-
on those hotel beds now on tour, Shine with one of them. Put the biscuits in, cup of tea, road wars.
Chocolate biscuits,
Job
chocolate melts all over the white bedding.
Yeah.
Living the dream,
Room
man.
service will come in the morning. Think you shit the bed?
Yeah, it'd be a fucking
Really
fantastic mess.
Well, what a lovely thought. Lovely thought. That
oh,
was
fair
Steve,
play.
just for Shiner. Twat.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you, Steve.
Dave stamping.
That's right, Steve. I'll just ignore you when I see you next, mate. Whatever, buddy.
Ah, no, that's brilliant, that is. And we have another mystery box. Is that right?
Yes, we do. We need to play it again.
Oh, play it again.
Mystery box, mystery box. What's inside the mystery box? Mystery box, mystery box. What's inside the mystery box?
Good Dave, he's on
Look at him. Look at him.
Oh.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Oh, is it?
Right. I got a card here.
To Dave. Oh.
I love
you
how
were
he
forfeit.
only read his own name out. Shane, before you go any further, turn that back round the front. That's incredible, that is. He only read his own name out, but it says, to Shane, Ronnie, Shiner, Dave, and Lloyd. And he went, to Dave.
Dave, yeah.
He's incredible. Self.
That was
Oh, look at that. That's wicked.
That's a lovely card. No, I don't. To Shane, Ronnie, Shiner, Dave, and Lloyd, just a quick note to say thank you for giving us all hope over the past year. Keeping the rock flowing has been such an inspiration for so many of us. Hope you enjoy your gifts for when you can socially distance soon. Love, Katie. There are no limits to what you can accomplish except the limits you place on your own thinking. I love that, Katie. Incredible. So these are the gifts. We have one for Shiner.
Oh, look at that.
Always be yourself. Unless you can be a crow, then always be a crow. That's a mask, a key ring, a crow skull key ring, and then some sweets.
Oh, that's
Oh, we
brilliant.
got sweets, be good. Thank you very much.
And, we've basically all got the same by the looks of it. Lloyd going
Oh, that's
Thank you
amazing.
very much, love. Thank you.
to Lloyd. Love Katie. Katie, thank you so much. That's amazing. Thank you very much. We've
thank
all
you.
got one, so we can sort that out.
Thank you very much.
Big love,
Awesome.
man. Thanks.
That is
wicked.
beautiful. Thank you, Katie. Well,
All apart from Dave.
Yeah.
And wait,
So
when I
turn
go
to give
shopping
back
on
now,
the
I
Star.
think. I think it's our turn to give back. It's full of music tonight, isn't it?
Yeah.
YouTube.
So the prize tonight is a choice, really. It's either going to be a Devil in My Pocket white T-shirt, any size you want, or the Sick of Me poster package. Here we go. Who's going to be?
Who's it gonna be?
Is Dave still on it?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm still on there. Definitely, I'm dying to win it. 1 week.
The winner is
David Winchurch.
Matt Greedon.
Well done, Matt.
Well done, Matt.
Well done, Matt.
We'll be in touch.
And you win a Devil in My Pocket T-shirt. Is that correct, Shane?
That is correct.
Absolutely sterling. That is brilliant. Nice. We've learned a lot tonight, especially measurements as well.
And shoe sizes.
And shoe sizes.
Dap sizes, like.
Everything. Probably a good time to chat about the socials, guys. Look, we're the official Facebook page. You can add us on there. Also, don't forget about the fan page as well. It's an absolutely amazing community. You'll always hear us go on about it. We do interact with as many people as we can. So head over to the Those Damn Crows fan page. Like I said, the Crow family will look after you. Anything you want to know with upcoming shows, they're on it. They are just on it. Also, there's the Crow Fitness page, as we were talking about earlier with Annie Joyce, Annie Schwarzenegger. So go over there, check out the competition that's running over there, get involved. Even if you just want to, I don't know, if you don't want to do the Strava app or anything, if you just want to kind of talk to the community, that is absolutely fab, like, you know. Obviously, there's Instagram. You know, add us up on Instagram, Twitch as well. We're going to be doing a lot more with Twitch in the future for anybody who is on Twitch or is aware of Twitch. So yeah, that's definitely something that we're going to be looking at, whether it be streaming games or maybe some gear run throughs. But not to make it complicated. I don't know how that's showing up on your page at the moment, boys. 2 seconds. Let's have a little look at this. So if I full page it, there is www.thosedamncrows.com. Everything you need now is in one place as well. It's been made much easier for someone like myself, where I can just put in www.thosedamncrows.com, and as you scroll down, you can see our new release. It'll take you to our new video. It'll show you the gigs that we got coming up. Anything rescheduled, etc. It's always updated. It's all about the music, as you can see up here. You can go to the shop, you can see what new merch has dropped, any news, Crowcast, you got the podcast or the TV show. I mean, if I click that by here, you can see the episodes. All the latest episodes are there, of the Crowcast podcast. The same with the TV show. If there's anybody wanting to catch up on some of the older episodes, they're all there. So you can flick through there and have a little look, and that'll take you to where you need to. Of course, there's the beer. Everybody's been talking about the beer. So you can check out Send the Nipa and Crow Fitness, all about the tour, and everything Crows. Like I said, all in one place, guys. Thosedamncrows.com. Much easier now, boys, isn't it?
Absolutely, brother.
Yes. I wish
One stop shop. That's it.
One stop shop.
Well, the thing is, there's multiple links. I know, like, a lot of bands will put up this link to go here and this link to go there. It's just nice to keep it old school. It's all in one place, www.thosedamncrows.com, and it's all updated. Everything you need, all in one place, so you don't have to get confused, like, you know. So
yeah,
bloody awesome, bloody super smashing, fantastic, awesome.
Ladies and gentlemen, One-liner, shiner.
That fucking photo.
Yeah,
What
that
was
photo's
that,
over a
China?
year old now. Time for it to go. Get rid of it. Look at that.
Well done, Roddy boy.
It's going anyway, but
No, I've given up all hope. It's like all right then. Right. You can only sink or swim, but you never know unless you try.
Ooh.
Yes, love it.
Oh, not like in the full screen. Ooh.
Love that. Love that.
There's the one like that.
Yeah.
There it was again. Not loving the full screen.
They come in packages of two, man.
Yeah. No, I do like that, though, Shine. I do like that.
absolutely amazing night again, as always, on a Tuesday. Crow family, thank you so much for joining us. Blaze Bayley, absolute legend. Thank you so much for joining us. We shall see you next Tuesday. Stay safe within the week. We love you lots. See you next Tuesday, live at 9 on Crowcast.
Take care, everyone.
I'm not giving up. I'm not